They've released a new trailer for the Minecraft movie. I would, in fact, say this is the first full trailer. The previous one was, I guess it showed a good amount of stuff, but it was a little bit more teasery. This is a little bit more in depth, and we're going to talk about it right now because it is something on the internet to talk about. You know, I mean, I did a video on the other one, and people watched it. There you go. That's all the reason you need right there. You know, if people, that's my job. If people will listen to me talk about a thing, I'll talk about the thing. So we're talking about the new Minecraft trailer. Before we start though, a few days ago, the filmmakers did an interview and they were kind of talking about how the reaction to the first trailer was not exactly as planned. It was a rather negative reception. I'm actually a little bit surprised they were willing to address that. I did think it was funny though, because they brought up the idea of the movie mixing Minecraft world with like real world live action. And I know that was like a big thing that a lot of people did not like. And it's funny because like anytime you're posed with something like this and you're the filmmaker, you got to spin it. You got to PR spin it. But I feel like they could have done a better job. You know, they were like, from way back in the beginning, we knew it was going to be live action because like we've done all this other stuff. We've done, you know, Minecraft story mode. We've done a lot of like in-game story. So we knew that the movie needed to be different. And see that right there, I think they could have done such a better job justifying it. Because from my perspective, I feel like it's not just that they had to do something different. It's that like, I guess this is kind of me defending the idea of it being like a meta live action thing. I kind of get it to a point, but it's not just that you want to do something different from the stuff you've done previously. It's that like, it's a movie about Minecraft and Minecraft is a video game. You know, Minecraft in world is not nearly as important as the ways that people interact with the game. And so like going meta to me makes a lot of sense. It's the same thing like the Lego movies do. There's got to be kind of a meta element. It's not just a story in the universe because the universe isn't, like I said, it's not as interesting as the way you get it. So I thought that was a little bit interesting. I think he could have done a better job of kind of going at it from that angle rather than just being like, we wanted to do something different. But anyway, we'll get back to the meta angle in a bit here. So this trailer does a much, much better job selling the movie than the first one did. And you know, maybe it's always to be expected with something where when you do have the kind of shorter, more teasery trailer, it only shows little bits. And so you look at those little bits and you judge them, and then you're kind of filling in the blanks. And if you don't like the little bits, then now the whole thing just kind of feels like garbage. But this trailer is just kind of naturally better because it has more. It requires less filling in the blanks on our part. We get a better look at what the movie is, what the story actually is, what, you know, Steve's part in it is. I think the big like point of focus for most people, the big takeaway from this trailer for most people is the idea that there's a kid and his dream is to toil away in the mines. I don't really understand this angle, but that's like literally a plot point. A kid who wants nothing more than to toil in the deep, dank, disgusting mines, which is one of the absolute worst forms of labor that has ever existed in human history. For whatever reason, that was his dream, was to just dig in mines. He has no idea how lucky he is that he then found a magical artifact or whatever. I think in most cases this story would have turned out a little differently. Real point is though, one thing you can say about this trailer is it does a really good job showing off the game mechanics and showing off how they have incorporated real elements of the game into the story. You know, separating ourselves for a moment from the whole conversation of like the quality of the movie, you know, the writing and the characters and the jokes and whatnot, just kind of like setting that aside for now. I would say that it is commendable that they are sticking to the material for this movie because, you know, obviously we have a long history of bad video game movies, and one of the reasons they're bad is they don't stick to the material. And whatever else you can say about this movie, you can see clearly that this is a Minecraft movie. It's an honest to goodness, more or less quote unquote accurate Minecraft movie. And you can see it all over this trailer, all of these actual real mechanics. It's switches and mechanisms and mine carts and setting up things where lava falls on a chicken, and it's like actual crafting. And then at the end of the trailer, it goes into how monsters attack you after dark. Like they're really taking real elements of the game world and bringing it into the movie. And I think that, is good. At the very, very least, you got that, and that's worth something. Even more importantly, though, because they are sticking to the material, and because they're going with the whole meta element of bringing real-world people into the world of Minecraft, now you have a situation where there are people who are playing the game of Minecraft, but instead of it being a video game, it's like you're really there, and instead of clicking, you're the one who's actually like throwing out blocks and stuff. And that's the best thing this trailer does, is it shows off the characters just playing, and playing in a way that, like, if you really did get sucked into Minecraft, it would be like this. You're kind of just pointing and making blocks appear, and you're hitting them and they're disappearing very conveniently and cleanly. The whole world is just this very convenient and clean way to build whatever, just like it is in the video game. And I think if this movie is going to have any value, it is in that novelty of watching people interact with the world in that video gamey way, except they're real people. That's the fantasy. That's the novelty. That's the fun. That's the reason why people, kids especially, are gonna watch this movie and enjoy it, because there's just something fun about watching a person play Minecraft like it's real, even just in the trailer. It's kind of just kind of pointing and the blocks appear. There's something satisfying about it. And to anyone who's been playing Minecraft for a really long time, watching it all play out on the big screen like that, I don't know. I just think it'll be pretty cool. And I think at least in that way, it can probably appeal to a good amount of people. And because they're sticking to the material, because it's so accurate, at the very least, there's the novelty of just like seeing the stuff that on the screen, all these little interactions, even the funny ones, like these little things that we've all experienced when playing Minecraft. I don't know, just seeing it represented. It makes you feel seen, It makes a movie like this seem like something of a celebration, It's kind of a gift to everyone. Just like, look, all this stuff you've been doing for all of these years, here it is. We are validating you. It's kind of like how, I didn't really like the Sonic movies, and yet there was still that fun of just seeing those characters that I grew up with on the big screen, having all these big like action sequences and stuff. Like that's still pretty cool. And I don't know, I think the Minecraft movie is gonna have a pretty good amount of that. It is still, unfortunately, I'm basically 100% certain, not gonna be a movie for me. I mean, I haven't actually played that much Minecraft. I never really got into it because it was just too big and it looked too great, and I just didn't want to spend my whole life doing it. But even if I did, you know me, I'm a cynical old guy with way too high standards for kids movies and whatnot. That just happened, the movie. It's that kind of energy. It's just all over this thing. Every single joke is just silly thing happens, person reacts to it. Funny thing happens, person reacts to it. Person does something stupid, person reacts to it. That's the entire humor. It's not my thing, but that's okay. Whatever. I do have one more criticism, though, before we end this discussion. After seeing this second trailer, I am more sure than ever that Jack Black was not right for the role. I really just don't think he was a good fit. He's a really, really great actor. He's a great comedic actor and non-comedic actor. He's just very talented, but something about this role for him, it's like they didn't really provide him with good enough material, and so he's trying to like do everything a little bit larger than life and a little silly, but like, I don't know, the fact that he's already in everything And here, he kind of just looks like Jack Black, like he just walked in. He didn't even like get a costume or anything. He's just kind of there. Something about his reactions, it doesn't come across as funny. It comes across as really just like fake, like he's just picking up a paycheck. And it wouldn't be so bad if he wasn't in everything already. Do you know what I'm saying? I think they should have cast a more serious actor to do a more comedic role in this movie. I think that would have fit a lot better. You know, you get someone who does these very, very serious roles, and then you put them in a movie like this, and you can kind of laugh at how they can sort of laugh at themselves, and the whole scenario is very silly. It just would have fit a lot better. But Jack Black, it's not landing. It's just not the right role for him, and I'm sure he's doing as good of a job as he can. I just don't think it was a good fit. I just don't think it was right. Something about it just feels very off, feels very phony. However, it is Jack Black, and as we all know, if it is an adaptation, if it is animated, if it is colorful or funny in any kind of way, it's got to be Jack Black or Chris Pratt. And that's the law. That's the law. So whatever, I guess I can't complain too much. So that's the second big Minecraft movie trailer. End of video. I love you. Goodbye.